The last few days have been particularly intense in terms of dealing with what's happening in the state of Maryland. There have been some really positive things, like the IACC meeting. That was appointed by the federal government under HHS, under Secretary Kennedy. And for the first time in years, it was a very, very productive meeting. I would say that we have about half of representation appointed by Secretary Kennedy that are family and self-advocates. We even have 2 non-speakers on the committee who are using letterboards or typing to communicate. That's been a big win, because their voices have not been heard. They've been relying on parents to push the advocacy forward for so many years and fight for them. They're finally getting their voices heard, because our non-speakers are absolutely relentless in their belief, in their passion to want to educate the rest of the world. They've been grossly unestimated, they've been grossly disrespected, and society has been ill-informed. So that's all great, because this committee, and specifically the people that are on it from the public, are the people that live, eat, and breathe the difficulties of disabilities stemming from autism, environmental injuries, including vaccines, and have high medically complex conditions. So that's a big win. We finally have representation. On the other side of it is the people that was appointed by Secretary Kennedy to represent the federal side of things, and still lots of bureaucracy that needs to be sorted out. It was literally an all-day 8-hour meeting, and I just can't even believe how powerful, how relentless. I mean, our community is filled with a bunch of warriors. The public side of the committee was not going to leave that building come hell or high water without some votes, and they successfully did. And I actually will post the link to that full meeting in the comments of this particular video. So that's federal update. Local update, we're still very much rattled about what has happened in the state of Maryland under this recent Maryland state legislative session under Governor Westmore's leadership and DDA. You know, the bottom line is they cut $124 million from DDA. They really went after self-directed services, which means services are being delivered within the home because of the needs of the person, whether it be safety, medically, complications with darting or wandering. So once again, that goes back to safety. Many fall in the category of non-speaking or unreliably speaking. So also a safety issue, making them extraordinarily vulnerable to be out into the community and get their needs met. Truthfully, there's nowhere for them to go. That's why parents left the workforce, to stay home with them and to support them, and to not only support their medical needs, but also to move the goalposts forward and to support their individual goals that they have for themselves and that we have for them. So it was okay starting in 2020, but now all of a sudden it's not okay. And I'm going to tell you what, this is a 24/7 job, 17% of what I used to get paid at my old job in my old career for 20 years. Legislative session got it really wrong this time around. Who balances the budget on the backs of people with disabilities? We're not stopping. We're not letting up over this discussion. So, since clearly the decision was made prior to the session, there was a little bit of money shaved off the bottom line. So it went from like $145 in disability cuts to $124 million in disability cuts. But that was the target. And they weren't going to end the session without agreeing on it. We know that now. So now I'm going to take you through my advocacy through the session, because it was very clear to me that my emails went unread because of multiple indications.